few days ago, I get up and the light in my flat is yellow. So I look outside, this is what I see. The pictures are taken by my brother. And what this is during the day, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, bright sunshine, but everything is yellow. This is Sahara dust. Hello Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. This is Frosty XStitch. My name is Dawn. I was debating doing a Flosstube today or not. Well, I've been doing that for weeks now. Usually when I don't film for a longer period of time, it is because I have the feeling that I haven't got enough to show, because I have a rotation of, I can't really call it a rotation, it's usually 2 projects. One of them being a full coverage massive piece, so you can't actually see that much difference. And also sometimes it's just mental health issues keeping me from getting in front of the camera. Today I wrote it down, said I'll film today because I had a doctor's appointment in the morning. I don't do well with time change, and our time changed to summertime this on Sunday. But it really kicked my butt this time. It really, I don't like the change to summertime. I really don't. It doesn't agree with me, and when you have to take medication at a certain time every day, it messes that up. Then it messes up my body rhythm. Then it messes up when I take my food. The whole thing is just, yeah. Even though my mum says, you know, don't be upset about things you cannot change. Yes, I think I'm still allowed to be upset when it meddles with my body and my being, and I know I can't change it, even though the European Union they've decided to get rid of it in 2016, and then they could not decide if they want to keep wintertime or summertime. And in 2019 they were going to make a decision, and then 2020 came and the corona and the whole thing went to shite. So here we are. I could hardly get out of bed for my morning appointment, but I did. Got blood drawn. He was really happy with me, as I really did not need to have blood drawn this time, but whatever. So I came home and then I was just so tired. Because, you know, when you go and have blood drawn, you're not allowed to have breakfast before. And, you know, best is to eat a salad in the evening before and not a steak, especially if they're going to check your liver. So I was hungry. I mean, I'm hungry, I'm grumpy, and I was tired, and then I'm even more grumpy, and so I went for an afternoon nap, and then I got up and I decided, okay, now I really have to film a Flosstube for 2 reasons. No, actually 3. 1, I have giveaway winners. 2, I really should be doing Flosstube. And 3, I've gained, well, after putting this Flosstube up last time, I lost immediately 3 subscribers. Over the last 2 weeks, I gained 3 subscribers, so now I have to lose those again. So by putting up a Flosstube, I always lose between 3 and 8 subscribers immediately in the first 24 hours. So yeah, I guess I thought I have 3 more, so let's get rid of them again. Put out the Flosstube. So and then I have some, for me, happy news. Okay, so why don't I just start with the giveaway winners, okay? I think that's easiest. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Okay, it is. I got from Lily Pilly Stitches on Etsy. You really can find Lily Pilly Stitches on Etsy. You can also find her on Instagram as Lily Pilly Stitches. And she's my friend, Lisa. And Lisa lives in Australia. And she gifted me 2 patterns, PDF patterns, because, I mean, mail, you know. One of them is called Love is All You Need. And it's this pattern. and you could say Valentine to be in the drawing for this pattern. And yeah, let's show you who won. As you can see, one person wanted this chart. Amy, you've got it. So the second pattern that you could go in for is this one. I really love this one. It's Jack Froster's here, and she uses, I think it's an Australian thread, a variegated thread, which of course I can't get here, but who cares? I can choose my own thread, and let's see who won that one. I was happy to see that 3 people wanted this chart, and look who won. Congratulations. So if the 2 winners, well, Amy, I have your contact details, but I don't know if I've got your email address. I think I have, not sure. Could you both please give me your email address? I literally only need your email address. You'll find my email address in a drop-down box. Send me your email address and I'll pass it on, and Lisa will send you the chart as a PDF directly from Australia into your mailbox. So I hope you enjoy stitching them. I actually wanted to start the Jack Frost one, but yeah. I was going to start so many things at the start of this year because I have so many things kitted up. I started two things. One of them I can't show because it is secret stitching. I hate it when people do that. I'm doing secret stitching. I am going to show it, and I hope it won't take me like forever, but then I can't show it until it's gifted. I think you know the problem. It's a bit, I don't like when people do that. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Maybe I should just sort of not say that I'm doing secret stitching, but on the other hand, I'm a very slow stitcher. So if I don't make progress on what I'm doing, that's the reason why, because I'm actually stitching on something else. It's not that I've lost my stitchy bug or anything, it's just I'm doing secret stitching. So yeah. Anyway, but let's get to stitching, because so I've done the winners. Please get in contact with me. I'm confused because it didn't, usually I put numbers with, I have, you know, and I put numbers, so what I want to do first and second, whatever. But let's show you what I've done, because in the beginning of February, Sarah's Stitching Mummy and me, we both have birthdays in September. She has one early on and I have one a bit later. And usually it coincides with, we both have the same idea of a start. And last year we both wanted a start garden prelude, Mirabilia. And so when she said that this was going to be the plan for her birthday start, I started on the same day as she did for her birthday, but also for my birthday. I don't mind stitching on a different day than on my birthday, because on my birthday I'm usually trying to find some donuts to eat, or some cake, or drink some Guinness, or so I don't really want to stitch on my birthday. I think you understand me. If you've been here longer, you know me. So, okay, got a model in a mess, as you can sort of see. So, in February, the beginning of February, Sarah said that she would be stitching on Garden Prelude for a few days, and if I wanted to join her. That is not as in we stitch, because she is 9 hours later than me. The camera's not focusing, don't know why, but let's try and get this to show here anyway. So I started stitching as well, and I stitched on the same days as she did, and I had finished, I'm sorry, this is very flimsy material, and yeah, I'm having problems with it, but most people already know that. Yeah, so Sarah had started on the violin, before, and she said she would do the skin so that she could do the back stitch for the skin and then put it away so that she would have the face and the arms done, because that's the only skin that we have on this one. I already had done the hair. She hasn't. She started on the hair. Yeah, well, so I started stitching and stitching and stitching, and then I started on the skin, on the face, and then I had to rip it out. And then, because I'm doing this on Ada, and doing quarter and half stitches there's lots of them. And that's also why I'm not showing this very near, because, yeah, the second arm, the arm in the back is, I don't like it. I don't like the way it's stitched. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like anything about it, but I re-stitched it. I did the back stitch 3 times or 4 times, ripping it out, everything. I'm not happy with it, but in the grand scheme of things, this is a large, a large thing. There's going to be a huge dress there. So, yeah, I guess I'll just go with it. But the face more or less is okay. Her chin has a bit of a bump in it, and that is because it's a full cross. It is a full cross, so there was no way I could fudge it with backstitch or anything. I just can't. Anyway, I've done it. And you need Krynic for this project, but the only Krynic that you actually use is for the bow and the backstitch on the violin itself. So, yeah, I could have just used Krynic from a different project for that. But, yeah, and it took me until about last weekend, can't remember, last week I think, to finish the skin. And I knew I can't show this if I haven't finished the skin in the violin. That's why it's taken me nearly 1.5 months to show you this. But I've done the skin, and I mean, if we look from here, I guess it's going to be okay. Sarah's still further than me, I think, a bit, because she's done with the columns, but now I did the same as she did, just going down into the dress a bit there so that I could really do the back stitch for the arm and the skin, and that's done. So she's happy with putting it away like this. I'm happy to put it away like this, because the next thing that I'll start on here is going to be the dress. And I'm looking forward to that, even though it's not really my favourite colour, but that doesn't matter. The dress is something I really enjoy doing, and there shouldn't be half stitches or cross stitches in it. I don't think there's any back stitch in the dress, so I'll be happy. Now I just have to get around to stitching it, but I should also be stitching my my September Sapphire Fairy. But because that has blending filament, yeah, in one of my videos I show what the blending filament is like that I have to use, and it's just nightmare, like literally nightmare. Okay, the second project that I've been working on, but I haven't done anything in the last few days, yeah, maybe a week, 2 weeks, don't know. Can I show you all of it? Yes, I can. Excuse the thread, and of course I haven't got a needle minder, and be prepared. I'm sorry, I'm really not prepared for this Flosstube, as you probably can sort of notice. Now I can't even get my needle to sort of go into the yeah. So this, hang on, you need the cover picture, don't you? You might want to see what this should look like if I ever get to finishing it, maybe. So this is a Heaven and Earth design by Randal Spangler, and it's a StoryKeep Home is Where the Magic Is. So that's what it should look like in the future sometime. That would, I mean, yeah, in the future, maybe sometime, never. Who knows? Who knows? But I've been enjoying this. I really enjoy this. I like stitching on this. I really do. I like full coverage. And even though it might look black, there's no black in there. It's all dark blues. And there's even purple in there, not that you actually could see it. No, you can't. And I did get some other colours in there, but just because sometimes I just pick a different colour, and then I just go wherever I want to go. I do cross country. Yeah, I've already gone further down a bit, but it's not that much to show, so it's not really focusing, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. I really am enjoying this, and it's something, because it's on Pattern Keeper, it's really sort of easier. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. Marking off is so easy, and you know where you are, and it's just, yeah. If I wouldn't have Pattern Keeper, I don't think I would. I don't know. I'm still enjoying this, even though I haven't worked on it now for a few days. But that's okay, because I was doing other stuff. Stitching other stuff. Get your words right on. Good. That was Home is Where the Magic Is. Then, as you know, I don't do samplers, I don't do band samplers, I don't do sales, I don't do mystery sales. But I signed up for this one, and I'm going strong. I finished the March, and I finished this already a few weeks ago. I'm keeping up to date, because the next one drops on the 1st of April, so I'm going to be stitching the first few, and I think it's a large one again, but I'm going to keep up to date. So the first few days of April is going to be stitched on this, because I'm not going to lose steam on it. I'm just going to go on. It's a Nordic Mystery Band Sampler, and I'm actually really enjoying it. And even though these ones gave me a bit of problem, you know, sometimes you sort of work out the way where you want to go with your stitches, you know. I had some problems there, but with these ones here, I sort of found my groove, and it went pretty fast for me. And it's really nice, and I chose slightly different colours. Hers were more in the grey tones, mine are a bit more towards purple. I think it's 32 and 30, I can't remember. It's in the new colours. Just two of the new colours. And there's also some Treasure Bride in there, sparkle, that you probably can't see there. But I'm enjoying this. I actually am enjoying this. And I'm really proud of myself that I'm keeping up. I have to keep up. I have to do this. I have to. Of course, I don't have a preview of it because it's a mystery sale. And then I got this one out. I think I showed this already last time. This is Evening Star. I had a lot of the top done already, because it's like you have like 4 pages, and I'm somewhere here. It's an anchor kit, so I'm working with anchor, and I have to say that I don't see a difference with the floss compared to DMC. Hang on, I'm not going to unroll the whole thing, just because I've got it sort of the way I like it for stitching. So let's just show you this piece here. I'm sorry, there's no before and after. Yeah. But as you can see, there's this wagon now coming into view, and the train tracks are sort of, yeah, I'm sort of getting to it. It's slow going because I have a paper pattern. Aha, paper pattern. No Pattern Keeper. But I'm sort of getting there. It's slow going, but it's okay. I do this in the daytime while I watch Flosstube, so sometimes I'm just engrossed and enabled by other people's Flosstubes, so that I then just stop stitching and watch. So that's okay. Okay. I started stitching on this again because it was sort of at the back of my mind, and I had sort of forgotten it because I have all these other full coverage ones that I want to do, you know, that are more of what I want to, that I enjoy. And because I can use Pattern Keeper, it's sort of, With Pattern Keeper it's easier and you can see your progress, and I have the tea and books that I really want to get to because I'm going to hang that up. I have Fancy Ladies, but with COVID and everything, I think mortality and the deaths potential soon, you know, my parents are getting old and my dad's the train enthusiast. I love trains, steam trains, thanks to my dad. So I actually am stitching this for myself. It's not for him. I mean, a project like this is not something that I'm stitching for anybody else. This is massive. So I'm stitching this for myself. But I would like my dad to see it while he's still alive. And this might take me another year, 2 years, or 3 years, depending on how often I get to stitch on it and how much I enjoy it and everything. Because it's not on Pattern Keeper. Not that that actually should be an issue. But that's why I picked it up again. And I mean, there is quite a lot to go. But I really want my dad to see it while he is still alive. And so that's why I chose this one to got it out and started stitching on it again. You know, sometimes you do find reasons why it makes sense to do something, and this motivates me. It's like when Sarah said she's stitching on Garden Prelude, it was like, okay, if she's stitching on it, I can stitch on it. I mean, we should have Skyped, but it was just a week when I wasn't prepared for it, so I just knew I don't have the headspace or anything. And I know she was quite busy, and now that she has to bring her children to school again, it's not lockdown or anything. We didn't Skype and we didn't chat together, but still we shared our progress or just WhatsApp, you know. So it was nice to know she's stitching on the same as I am, and it helps. It does help. So stitching what other people stitch. Caroline Zook, who some of you might know because she also has a Flosstube. She has a Facebook group. They're doing, what is it? I think it's magazine chart stuff. I watch Caroline. I've watched her for a long time. And there was this Etsy. The Etsy shop is called XStitch and Hexagons. And she designed a pattern called Caroline and Her Cats. And I'll have to show you a picture because yeah, so I got that picture off the Etsy shop, and I think that's pretty much what Caroline's finish looks like, because in her latest Flosstube, she showed her finish, and she uses this variegated floss, which is usually something, if it's monochromatic, I like to use variegated floss. Somehow I did not know what colour to choose because it was, you know, Caroline and her cats. I didn't have a colour that made sense to me. But I did have a toile in the lovely pink. It's C603. It's got this slight sort of glimmer to it. And I also had, it's sort of blue turquoise. And I think these were gifted to me. And first I was going to use the turquoise, and then I decided that if it's Caroline and her cats, I think it should be pink. Actually, I don't know if Caroline likes pink. I'm not a pink fan, and I would never use this. But, you see, if there is going to be a stitchy retreat in Basel, I'll get to that later, I might want to get a head start on doing something for the Smolts Exchange. Okay, if you know me, you know I can't work to a deadline, okay? I've done 2 of Mr. XStitch's projects, and those had deadlines, but they were back there. So I knew that, you know, even if I'm slow and whatever, and I don't have to hand it in, so, you know, but if there's going to be a smoles exchange in a retreat, I need a smole. And then I need, you know, somebody to finish it. And yeah, so it's going to be a pink. Now I have nothing to go behind this. No. Anyway, I think you can see it. So I just chose a random pink from my DMC collection. I don't have a full DMC collection, don't tell anybody. I chose a random pink that I found lying around, and that's the middle part. And then the rest is étoile, but it's going to be basically the geometric parts of this chart will be étoile, and then the hearts and things that are going around it are going to be pink again. That's my thinking. And then I'll have to ask somebody like my new friend Amy to make a pillow finish out of it, so that I have a smoles exchange for a retreat. Maybe I can do a pillow by then, who knows. Anyway, so those are the things that I was stitching on. Plans, you know that I don't have plans. I can't do plans. I stitch what I want when I want, basically, and can't do more than a certain amount of projects, because otherwise I just go like, no. Okay, so yeah, as I said, there might be a retreat in Basel for Swiss people, because you see, Europe is there are cross stitches in Europe, but we're all sort of spread out. And unlike the US, where people fly all over the place to meet each other, in Europe that is not really the case. So we might travel a bit through Switzerland to meet up, but anyway, let's just say it's all different. In the UK, there are lots of stitchy retreats and stitchy meetups. Here there aren't. I know there's a stitchy meetup, a cross-stitch meetup in a Starbucks in Zurich, or there was in 2018, but I don't go to Zurich, and not one of those people is on social media. So how it doesn't work. So yeah, Amy from Amy Chase Creations, go and watch her. She has a Flosstube. She was shouted out by Carrie in Stitches twice, and she said something like Carrie could be her sister stitcher in the UK, and she really would love to meet Carrie. So Carrie, in case you're interested in ever coming to Basel, listen for our stitching retreat. Yeah, so Amy is American and Canadian, but she's been living in Switzerland since 2000, and she's also Swiss. So, and then she started making a Flosstube, and it was like, we have to meet. But then there was Corona. So we met. We've actually met last week, Friday. Yeah, things got mixed up and messed around, so we actually could only get it there where it needs to go. So we only actually met and went for lunch, and then she had to leave again. But okay, if you watch my Flosstubes, you know that when I start talking, I can't stop. Well, Amy's the same. And while I can't actually say what we talked about, I know most of it was not cross-stitch. Also, we didn't stitch, but I mean, then we were eating. We had a meal together. We went to a restaurant, and so we were sort of eating and then having coffee, and then we would have maybe got our stitching out or talked about the retreat that we want to plan, but that was cut short. But there was no, silence of like, what do we talk about? It was basically we met and it was like this. So, and she has the same humor as I have, and it was funny, and gossip was exchanged. Nobody, no, we don't gossip. No, nobody gossips. That's not something that we do. But it was brilliant fun to meet a cross-stitcher in real life here who also does floss tubes, and it was fantastic. So, but because we had to cut it short, she needs to come again soon. Hey Amy, did you hear that? Yeah, and we're going to, it's definite, we're going to plan a cross-stitch retreat in Basel. I already have sort of 3, because of COVID, lots of restaurants and hotels and whatnot have closed or just disappeared or taken over or whatever. So yeah, and we don't know what happens in autumn with Corona because everybody expects another wave of Corona. So we don't want people traveling by plane or train or whatever and then getting here and then everything being in lockdown. We don't want that. Also, in Switzerland, you cannot plan just like that. Especially if you want to get goodie bags, you know, there are no LNSs that we could ask, or, you know, we really have to do research and we have to put our feelers out and find sponsors, and you can't do that in Switzerland just like that. It doesn't work. You need to do the different stages and everything takes time. So we both think that the retreat will be in 2023, so next year, and probably towards autumn, sort of August, September. And we hope that by then everybody knows what COVID is doing and we can sort of maybe get around COVID and restrictions and stuff. And when I mentioned this whole retreat thing in Basel, I've already got people who said, oh, I would love to come. And people that, you know, people who view my Flosstube, I don't know where all of them are from. I know the Flosstubers, because they usually say it. But those who watch Flosstube and only watch or comment, I don't know where they're from. So I actually got interest. There were people who said, oh, if you'll do a retreat in Basel, I'd come. I can get on a train, and it really is easy. We have an airport. Basel has an airport. It's on French soil, but half of it is Basel and the other half is Mulhouse. So yes, Mulhouse is there where DMC actually makes floss. Not that we can get it cheaper because of that. And I don't think they actually have a factory shop. So that's neither here nor there. But we have an airport. We also have the German train station. So if you come from the Netherlands, you'll come into that train station, the German one. If you come from Germany, you'll come in that train station. If you come from Austria, you'll come into the Swiss train station, most likely. If you come from Italy, you'll come into the Swiss train station. If you come from France, you'll come into the Swiss train station, but on the French side. Just saying, we're international. We have Basel World, we have Art Basel, which are huge exhibitions that go on. We have people from all over the world who come here. We're an international city, so getting here is really easy. So we're doing it here. I already have 3 possible hotels that look good and would have stitch your room. So it sounds good, and I think me and Amy, we can plan this. We just need to get together and sort things out and then get planning, and then you guys can sign up, and then we'll have a retreat here. Like, it'll be nothing like American retreats, it just won't. But it might be something like UK retreats, and the language is going to be English and German. So, you know, if your English isn't that good, but you still would like to come, German will work. And I'm pretty sure that if we have people from these different countries, and also more from Switzerland, because Switzerland actually has, you know, German, French, Italian, Romansh, and English. So we should be able to accommodate people who speak Italian, who come from Italy, Austria, well, they speak German, France, the Netherlands, Spain. I'm pretty sure we'll have more than one person who speaks Spanish. So, you know, it shouldn't be a problem. If you can speak a tiny bit of English, or you can speak German, we can communicate, because we can always communicate. Well, I can anyway. So, but I met Jamie in real life. Jamie. Oh my God. Sorry, Amy. I met Amy in real life, and oh my God, it was just so much fun. It was just so much fun. It was so sad to see her car going away. But it was fun. And now, of course, she just won a pattern because she was the only one who wanted it. So there you go. Just go in for competitions like this, because it's a PDF pattern. Anybody can get it. It's small, they're small. And thanks so much to Lisa for sponsoring those. That was really good. Okay, the Under 1000 Subs Club. I think by now everybody sort of knows what it is. It's Flosstubers who haven't reached 1,000 subscribers, like me for instance. This was the club. It was created by Carrie and Stitches, Link is my homeboy, and Sarah King from Stitcher Kingdom. They have all since reached 1,000 subscribers and have therefore graduated. They had a list of under 1,000 subs, Flosstubers, and they put this list together and they put it in the drop-down box. And I've made an Excel sheet now where all these are in it, and I've been adding the people that I know that belong in this group. I added those, and so I'm not going to shout people out now, but I'm going to tell you that in my Excel sheet I have 205 Flosstubers that are under 1,000 subs. Now, there are many more than that. So if you come across a Flosstuber who hasn't got 1,000 subscribers, you can just send me an email. The email will be in the drop down. Send me an email, leave me a comment on any of my Flosstubes and just give me the Flosstuber name, and I'll put them in that list. There is also a group called Flosstube on Facebook, and you can find this list there, and you can just comment with the Flosstuber name and a link, and I will see it and I will add you. Now, from these 205, I've left the three creators of this group in it, and you can see that they have graduated. You can see it on the side with graduated yes. I looked at this list last week and found that 3 of the people that I had in this list have graduated. 3 new ones. Well done. One is Boogie Stitcher. I don't know why I remember that. But 2 others have also graduated. So 3 people have graduated since I put them on the list, and curated the list so that you can find people. It's an Excel sheet. You can download it, and then, you know, search for whoever you want, or you can just online search for whoever you want. It's listed alphabetically by Flosstuber name. And like I say, if there are Flosstubers that you want on that list, tell me. I'll put them on. It's a list. I can give you the list. It's out there. It's in different places. It's on my Dropbox. It's on my Google Drive. So I can give people access to view it. Carrie and Stitches and Sarah have access and can also edit, but I don't think they do. Otherwise, just let me know. I'll do that. So check that list out. And if you're under 1,000 subs and you do Flosstubes, let me know. I'll put you on the list. It might help. And for those of you who are over 1,000 subscribers, please check that list. See if one of your friends is on it and shout them out. You might help. Who knows? So there was something else. I'm on LinkedIn because I'm still searching for a job. And there was an article from DMC. DMC, what is it called? DMC. Oh my God. Yeah, it's the DMC Corporation. And of course it's now updated and gone. Hang on quickly. Please talk to each other. I'll be right back. Yeah, so it's the DMC group on LinkedIn. They have 1,000 followers, and this is actually a tool for, you know, searching for workplaces, work stuff. But in the meantime, it's gone over to updates about the war and I don't know. But DMC has an article in there which is choosing the right tool for the job, why accessories shouldn't be overlooked. Now, I would love to read this to you because I think what they wrote is good and it's important to know. But it is very, very long. And the gist of it is that basically kits that they make, kits that DMC makes, they have, you know, for beginner, they put beginner stuff together. So the hoop might just be a beginner hoop and whatever. And they say that, you know, if you're more advanced, you'll get more different needles for different things, because you might want to have a sharper needle to do French knots. That it's important to have the right needle for the right fabric. Also, when the needle is tarnished, you shouldn't use it anymore because you can hear it rip through the fabric and you damage the fabric. Also, if the needle, the eye is too small, too big, you know, if it's too small, it can fray your floss. If it's too big, the floss will constantly, you know, twist and turn. If your hoop's not good enough, then it just basically explains that your stitching experience can be improved by using the right tools. And DMC provides tools like this: hoops, needles, the right fabric for the project, the right floss for the project. And it's just, what they wrote makes sense. And like I said, it's too much for me to read. And I'm not going to link it because you have to be on LinkedIn to see it. They said they would make a few more of these. Yeah, they want to make more content like this. And I commented on this and I said, look, this is sort of the wrong place to do this, because they talk about knitting and cross stitch. They don't talk about crochet or anything. It's knitting and so I told them, I commented on it and I said, look, the cross stitch community is out there, not on LinkedIn. The cross stitch community is on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and they do sometimes put out, DMC has a YouTube channel, but they were putting up macrame. Macrame? Okay, good, not interested. But they're not really putting out cross-stitch, interesting cross-stitch stuff like they put in this article. So I tried to tell them, you know, please why don't you put out YouTube videos about this? This is important. This is interesting. But I've just seen that they've put out a new thing 5 days ago and 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, let's have a look. It says, when you're feeling powerless, there is power in your needlework. The world news has been so distressing in the last week. At a time when we were starting to feel some hope, our news feeds are filled with distressing images of war. It is so hard to feel so powerless to act. It can be incredibly stressful. And then it has been heartening to see how makers have been turning to their crafts to find solace and also to send messages of hope and support. Then I go into this. Why is this on LinkedIn where I'm searching for a job? This has to be on Facebook. This has to be on YouTube. This has to be where cross stitchers can see it, where knitters can see it, and they're not doing that. I think it's a shame. And it looks like there's something to knit or crochet, and it looks like a cross stitch. It's all on here, and this is the wrong platform, if you ask me, and they only have 1,000 followers. DMC should have 10,000 followers if they would be on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and they would put their content out there. But I just wanted to mention it. I would read it too because I think it's really interesting, but I'm already probably way over time, as this way was going to be a short one, which it isn't, again, sorry. But if you want information like this and you don't know where to get it, Mr. XStitch, he's put out the XStitch magazine. You've definitely heard about the XStitch magazine and Mr. XStitch, even if it's just in passing, but you've definitely heard of it. Now, the XStitch magazine is an online magazine, so you get PDF thingy. Now, somebody who always contributes to the XStitch magazine is Lord Lebidian, and you've probably heard that name before, because he makes charts, because as a man, you know, he wants to do the Star Wars and the ship, and he wants to do 3D designs, and he wants to explore what's possible, like Mr. XStitch. Just that he hasn't got the same platform as Mr. XStitch, but he's got a blog, and he's on Facebook, and he's been contributing not only designs, I'm really sorry about that. My screensaver came on, and for whatever reason, so I don't know what the last thing was that I was saying. Anyway, Lord Lebidian, he's not only contributing designs for the Mr. XStitch magazine, he also writes articles for the Mr. XStitch magazine. And these articles, after a certain amount of time, when a magazine has been out, he puts them in a blog, his blog. And I've got the newsletter, so I get a newsletter. I think it's every week or every second week or something. I get a newsletter from Lord Lebidian where he explains something, like which needle to use for what, like which size needle you use for what, why to use a blank needle instead of a pointy needle. He did one about skin tones, and if you go and see his blog, you look in his blog, you can actually see that he has different skin tones, because if you change a skin tone, you need at least 3 shades that sort of work together. And if your color skills aren't that okay, let's just say you don't know how to, you want to have it like your skin tone, okay, my skin tone is represented out there, so I don't really need to change it to my skin tone. But if I want to make it like one of my friends' skin tones, that is might be different, because they're probably, you know, they come from wherever, maybe Italian, and they've got darker skin because, you know, Latina and whatever. He has, because you need to you can see it in my face. I've got a bright side and a darker side, and then shades, and so you need sort of 3 sort of matching skin tones in different brightnesses. And he's actually got a lovely thing where you can go and choose which one fits you best, or which one you want to use for your design. Or if you want to change a Mirabilia, choose those go for those colors, check them out. He's already done it for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The same for hair color, if you want to change the hair color. But he also goes into things like what software should you use if you want to design. Or if you only want, you know, quickly put something into a design software because you want to change out, put in your initials, or you want to change out a flower that you want to do different, then you don't need the big software. But if you want to go into the designing, you need to do it. So he explains all of this, and he explains needles and how they were made, and that there's a needle, you know, that has basically 2 ends and the hole in the middle. He explains so much in an easy to understand language. And he's not DMC. He doesn't make these needles. He does the research because he wants to know and he wants to understand. And so I've got the newsletter, and then I get the information, and if I want to know more, I go onto his blog. So Lord Lebidian is something that I can definitely recommend, that you check his blog, or you sign up for his newsletter, and you get really good information. And sometimes it's something that's not of interest to me. That's okay. Then I just delete it. It's only a mail. So yeah. And I guess I'm now going to shut up and see what all this buzzing was going on about. I think this, yeah, something there that is not my liking. But we all have to deal with things like that. Concerning my back, I know that people have said really nice things when I told them that, you know, my back is painful. And I just quick update so that you know, I've been to the chiropractor, and I'm going on a regular basis, but he's now pretty happy with the progress that I've made, so I don't have to see him that often. And I'm doing physiotherapy every week. I have to go, and I have to do exercises every day at home, and it's actually getting better. I mean, I'm nowhere near pain-free, but I do actually have days when the pain is only there when I move. I have days when I forget that I have back pain, and it's good. And I'm doing my exercises, and I'm building up the muscles in my back that I need. And the woman I have in physiotherapy, she's really good, and she listens to me. One problem that I still have is sleeping. As soon as I lie down in my bed, I have backache. Sometimes I can't even lie down. It's agony to lie down. So lots of swearing going on, because you have to let it out somehow. Sometimes I just let myself fall because I just can't deal with all the muscles that hurt. But then I can't lie on this side, so I can't read in bed, which is bloody annoying. So I have to lie on my back, which is the most painless position. I don't like sleeping on my back. And then of course you go to sleep, and in your sleep you move. So I want to turn, and turning is pain. So I'll wake myself. So yeah. I haven't got that sorted out, but it's getting better. It really is getting better. And the chiropractor, I only have to see him now every 3 to 4 weeks. And he doesn't even have to do that much, he just needs to see it. And physiotherapy is actually, she said that at the beginning when I came, she said that she didn't know what to do with me because I literally could not move. I could not move. And she said she didn't know what to do because I was the one in pain. And I was the one who said, I can do this, but I can't do this. And it wasn't just saying, it was like, sorry, can't do it, you know. And she said she was, you know, how do I deal with this? And she said now she'll suggest a new exercise and I go, okay, let's try. And then I do it. And if it hurts, there is an immediate stop. But otherwise I'll do it, and then she'll ask me afterwards, how was it? And then I say, well, I could feel it in my back, but it didn't hurt. And then she says, okay, just you know, tell me what the reaction was during the day afterwards. And sometimes I come back and I go like, oh my God, I had like, you know, oh, all my muscles were hurting, and it was, oh no, we can't do that again. But then we do. But we just do it on a lower scale. But last time I was there, it was so funny. Well, actually it wasn't, but she wanted to try something new, and she said, okay, can you lie flat? You know, we have this yoga mat. And she said, can you lie flat on your stomach? And I said, you know that lying down is you know, I can't, if I lie on my back, I can't get up. And she said, no, lie on your stomach. And I mean, I could hardly sort of lie down. And then she said, and put your arms over your head. And I knew what's coming. And I just started laughing. And she said, like, why are you laughing? And I said, I know what you want me to do. It's not going to work. And she said, well, I haven't even told you yet. She's German, so she speaks in the High German. And it's like, I said, yep, I know what's going to come. It won't work. And she said, well, could you try it? I said, okay, what do you? And she said, well, I want you to lift this arm and this leg, sort of, you know. And I said, it won't work. It won't work. I said, can you try? And first I just had to stop laughing because you use your stomach muscles for this. And my arm went up about maybe an inch, 2 inches, and my leg half an inch. I just laughed. It's like, I said, oh my God, no, I can't do this. Oh, my poor muscles, I can't do this. And then she put my leg up so that at the knee you bend it up, and then it's actually not quite, so it doesn't take as much effort. But then I tried the other side, and it was just so bad. They're like no muscles, absolutely no muscles there. And I just couldn't stop laughing. And she said, can you try just once more and once more? And I tried, and she said, yeah, okay. We'll try again next week, but don't try this at home. And I said, no, I won't. And then I was lying there, and she said, okay, you can get up. And I said, well, no, I can't. She had to help me get up from my stomach. Because normal people would just, you know, roll over, and I can't roll over because my back, I can't. Oh my God, I was dying of laughter. She, in the end, was laughing as well because it was absolutely, I mean, it felt like idiot can't even do one small exercise, but in the end she was laughing as well. It was quite funny. It was really funny. So every time I do my exercises, I think of lying down and trying that one, but there's no way I will ever get up again, so that's not happening. Oh yeah, and what I did is, I told you that I had hair loss from medication. It stopped, so now I'm just losing the normal 80 to 100 hairs per day, which is absolutely normal, not a problem. But my hair has got so thin, there's nothing there. So on a hair cutting day, I went and I cut 20 centimeters off. 20 centimeters is approximately that much. And not that you actually could see, because my hair is long, but this is a sort of non-length for me, because either you cut it like, you know, sort of shoulder length, sort of like here, or you let it's long. But this is sort of in between, and it's just blah. You can't do anything with it, and I don't like it. It needs to either grow or I need to cut it off. But I still haven't got a hairdresser, and I'm not going to pay 120 francs for somebody to just cut it. Not even in a real style, just to cut. I'm not going to pay 120 francs for that, or 150 if they even wash it, and 180 if they also style it, which is just like, no. So yeah, I guess I'll just have to live with this and decide if I want to cut it off or if I want to leave it. Now I've cut off 20 centimeters. It's light. My hair is now so light, but it's... Anyway, I am babbling and probably boring you all to death. Was there anything else I wanted to say? There probably is, and I'll probably remember when I stop this video. Yeah, I just wanted to say, Vicky, I absolutely know when you didn't remember who it was from. It's really not an issue. Just, it's not. I gave that to you. It's yours to do with whatever you like, and I like the idea that you want to hang it in your Christmas tree. So yeah. Anyway, Vicky, when are your bags going up? Because I need some more art books. Yeah, I guess that's it, and let's see if I can get this video to sort of slice it together and then see how bloody long that it is, and I'm really sorry for that. Well, I'm sorry, not sorry, because who knows when I put out my next Frosty. Anyway, so congratulations to the 2 winners. Please contact me. Contact me if you have anybody who needs to go on the 1000 subs club list, and if you're interested in coming to the Basel retreat, you can contact me now already and just say here. We'll make a Facebook page and we'll put all the information out there when we have it. And I guess that's it. So happy stitching, enjoy your stitching, lose yourself in stitching, and if your stitchy bug is gone walkabout, try something else. Do a puzzle, read a book, do a Sudoku, watch some TV, listen to an audiobook, do something else. If your stitchy bug is gone, don't force it. It'll come back. It'll come back. Sometimes it takes more time, sometimes less. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye.